I was asked about my political vision, and that has developed over some time. And today, I believe that the most important function of governance is in what I call the 10th jurisdiction, the satisfaction of the individual. And that is the sole and only function for the legitimacy of governance. And that jurisdiction can be fleshed out into many different ways to measure satisfaction and human satisfaction and the development of human satisfaction. But human satisfaction, individual satisfaction, should be the core of all government activity. And the second idea in my political vision is a method of measuring the functionality of government and bureaucrats and systems in government towards individual satisfaction, and a method of remunerating efficiency, and to create a map, much like Waze, between the resources and the solving of individual problems. Mapping, remunerating, and assigning points for efficiency is very important for government-individual interface. And in addition to that is another jurisdiction, that of knowledge and instruments that are available, that are traditionally in the hands of government, like satellites and like powerful computers and algorithms and scientific knowledge in sensitive areas. The equivalent of these highly powerful tools to be concentrated in a jurisdiction which is not only reserved for the powerful and for government, but can be directed and used and harnessed by individuals for their needs if they want to create, so that these tools, this commonwealth of knowledge, is available to everybody on not an equal basis, but rather on a basis of what they need, because it can be digitally relayed to anyone according to their needs. It is a commodity of surplus, but of high value surplus. It should be distributed like electricity and like power. This allows for the generation of individuals to blossom. And it should be the job of governance to provide the instruments and the knowledge required or necessary or available for individual pursuit. So the jurisdiction of knowledge is very important. And in addition to that is an assembly of inspired and educated and informed individuals would come together to bring a commonwealth of shared experiences in an assembly which is malleable enough to make the knowledge relevant to the community and tangible and interactive and addressed by the different sides, by the people that use and need it for their existence. An assembly, much like a Senate or an upper house, a responsible and clever and enlightened entity to guide. And in addition to that, and the very beginning of the entire political process in my thinking, is the registrar or the jurisdiction of the individual will. That the individual will should be the crown and the fountainhead and the point from which authority disseminates to all governance, and governance should represent and create tools to address the individual will. Obviously, it is not the will which is corrupted, but rather the best will of the individuals. Therefore, the primary inspiration or the result of a jurisdiction such as that of the individual will is that the individual will is cultivated, is developed, and this allows for a society that develops one's individual and one's wants and one's aspirations and one's imaginations and one's education and one's horizons. And this is the best that I can do in terms of a social vision.